So, we set out on Friday, packed up, loaded out. We ended up leaving a lot later than we thought we were going to, because we ran into a lot of problems. Then we got to Jackson late that night, about 8:30. It was a good show. It was fine. Tyler bought some bottle rockets on the way out to celebrate everything, I guess. But yeah, we love Old Tavern. It was always a good time. Goofing around a lot first day, giddy and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a very exciting night. Staying outside in the bathroom, some gentleman comes to me. He opens up the door again. He's like, "Oh, you want bump?" And I don't really know what bump means, but I said no out of caution. It could have been something cool, but apparently it was to do cocaine.
That night we stayed with our good friend, new good friend, Judson, who was in. Man, that was one of the nicest guys we've ever met. We were supposed to wake up at 9, and no one got up till about noon. And then even still, when we tried to wake up Alex then, he just wouldn't. There's just wasn't much we could do. I think Tyler even tried spraying a wake-up spray on him, which was actually bug spray. Still didn't even really move then. I don't know how we eventually got him up. Anyway, then we were on our way to Mobile. Alex was stressing out trying to get our website up for the pre-order, the single, and the pre-order of the album with the single and everything. That was a little stressful, but it eventually worked out. The show was pretty cool. Not so many people there, but they were really into it, supportive, stuff like that. That night we ended up staying at a hotel with some of our good friends from New Orleans. It was so we chilled pretty hard in the hotel, to say the least. We had a good time there, watching South Park, goofing off, smoking hookahs and stuff like that. Anyway, Alex still slept all day the next day. I don't know what's going on. We saw this. I just distinctly remember this one gas station stop. We did meet this really awesome cat at that gas station, though. We got to Birmingham. We hung out under a bridge for a while. Me and those kids, shooting off more bottle rockets. So we drank and shot off fireworks on the bridge for a while. Typical, Woo! And that venue in Birmingham was really nice. They ended up giving us free food from barbecue. The show was nice. We played at the Nick before. It's just a bar. And then that night we stayed with our good friend Josh. Drove the next day to Memphis. I think I drove that day. Oh yeah, I did drive that day. I remember having quite some issues with Alex. Just drove on. He's just, man, he just tells me what to do, and he eats really loud all the time. It's kind of annoying. We worked it out.
Why don't you slow down more?
Actually, we didn't really work it out that day. We bickered for a while. He kept telling me where to go and telling me I was going the wrong way when I thought I was going the right way. Stuff like that. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Anyway, the venue that night was awesome. It's so cozy. It felt like you were just at Grandma's house with the ambiance, and the show was nice. It was actually really packed. We played to a good amount of people, even though it was really small. The other band were some of our friends from Memphis, and the name of their band was Diddy Mal. They ruled. They were really good. We stayed with them that night at the Dairy House, is what they call it, which is actually, we played there over winter break till I remember. If you remember Chris singing Honey into that mirror. That happened a few months ago. Anyway, next day we shot off more bottle rockets at the rest stop. It's kind of what we've been doing for fun. Eventually got to Nashville, and it was cold. We were all wearing jackets. It's miserable. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of freaking us out. Cooked up some of our classic Doritos. Rice, beans, potatoes, salsa, and chips. Wrapped up those Ross and John really do a just, you know, fabulous job with the rice cooker. They really got it down to a science by now. Next day, we had to go to the mall actually to try and get my Mac fixed. It had been making this really, really terrible noise. We also had to get a tire because our trailer is actually running on one car tire and one trailer tire, which isn't really good for gas mileage or safety. And man, Alex, even at the tire shop, he had to get like an ice cream sandwich or something. I swear, I haven't seen him go to a gas station yet without buying some food, or Red Bull, or some Sour Patch, or Fritos, or popcorn, or something. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we're driving to Murfreesboro the next day, listening to a lot of Yes. I mean, Ross sang some of that for us.
I seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way.
Take it.
Anyway, Murfreesboro was one of the coolest shows we've had so far. Man, we played a house party, and some of our we met some of the guys that threw it on last year actually when we came through there on the last summer tour. Man, they're the nicest guys. All of them. One of them, Nick, actually was the first act. He played a solo show as Mr. Nasty, is what he called himself. He rules. They really threw an awesome house party, especially for a Wednesday night. There might have been like 100 people there. It was so much fun.
Anyway, that was so much fun. Late that night, at like 2 or 3 in the morning, we actually ended up going through a back of a Food Mart dumpster looking for food. Never done that before. That was fun. Then we came back and actually stayed at the house called House Pride with our friends and just chilled really hard. Had a really good time there. And oh man, they have the cutest cat I've ever seen in my life. This cat called Step. I woke up the next morning with Step the cat sleeping on my head, like covering my ear. It was just miserable how cute it was. Anyway, then we said our goodbyes, headed out to Knoxville. You know, Tyler's still taking pictures of everything every day. He's documenting it very well. Knoxville venue was alright. You know, it's another upstairs, kind of small bar. Small crowd, but they seem, you know, really attentive and into it, supportive. It was kind of nice. Knoxville's a cool place, real college town. Anyway, we met our new friend Brandon, stayed with him that night. Then drove to Asheville the next day. And then when we got to Asheville, it's just a beautiful place. Up in the mountains and everything. Or I don't know if it's actually in the mountains, but it's in the mountains compared to where we come from. Tyler bought some fireworks and beat a strawberry. Some bigger fireworks to celebrate the rapture. The show was a little weird. It's like at a restaurant bar, but ended up being kind of a good time. And then that night afterwards, we took the fireworks to a parking lot in the back, and had a few technical difficulties, but ended up celebrating successfully with our sparklers and fountains that sometimes turn into bombs. Two out of 3 actually just exploded in our face. That's really dangerous. But anyway, we had a long drive home that night to our friend John's house, good friend Tyler.
I woke up that morning and looked out the window and was on top of a mountain. It's crazy. Just see a mountain range when you wake up. That's a cool thing. I forgot how I got there. And I guess that's where we are today. We're driving out of Asheville. I think we're going to see a waterfall today. This is awesome. I love today. This is good.